Episode 9 is just under 1 year away from its release by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people, including myself, are really looking forward to seeing in this movie is exactly how J.J. Abrams will treat the character of Kylo Ren in this film. Now, we do know two things, is that Kylo Ren will be a whole lot more evil in this movie than Darth Vader ever was in the original trilogy, and that J.J. will actually be transferring a lot of Darth Vader elements into the character of Kylo Ren. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a major hint and or indicator that time travel is indeed coming into play here for Episode 9. Specifically, a description of a rear shot of Kylo Ren walking through visuals of the past. To the left of Kylo is a blurred sequence of Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting on Mustafar that can be seen from Revenge of the Sith. To the right, Kylo sees the battle between Vader and Luke in Return of the Jedi in the Emperor's throne room, with Luke yelling, "Never." And in front of Kylo Ren is a peaceful visual of him and his father on board of the Millennium Falcon. It's described that these are not visions, however a power that Kylo uses to interact with the past. However, nothing can be altered. It's described as moments from two eras of the Star Wars films, and the unseen era between the originals and the sequels. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this and how it actually does fit into what we heard about 6 months ago for this movie. Now, we do know that they are trying to really connect this movie to the originals and the prequels in a very unique and specific way. And it seems as so that this is going to be one of those ways through the use of Kylo Ren's new power in this movie. Whatever this power really is, it allows him to essentially interact with the past. Now, we know one thing here, and there's a reason as to why I believe that this is a power called flow walking. In case you guys have no idea what flow walking is, let me explain. Now, flow walking, essentially, Jacen Solo / Darth Caedus, by the way, Kylo Ren is based off of that EU character. That character in Legends material was able to do the same exact power in the books and the novels during the EU before Disney took over Lucasfilm. So essentially they're allowed to actually go back in time, but they're not allowed to change anything, so anything cannot be changed. They can interact with their environment from the past, but nothing can be altered, or they can't even really be acknowledged at that. So this is a very interesting thing for sure. We do know that JJ and Chris Terrio are really inserting a lot of Legends and EU material into Star Wars Episode 9. We've been seeing this trend now lately with Disney, you know, kind of just doing this more and more, especially with Solo: A Star Wars Story, by bringing some of the planets from Legends and whatnot, and different ideas, like the Cloud Riders. So you can see that Disney is essentially trying to really bring in a majority of what fans loved in the EU back into the Disney canon. So what I find very intriguing is how that there are 3 visuals for Kylo Ren that he's interacting with. To the left, it's Anakin versus Obi-Wan on Mustafar, which falls directly in line with what we heard a couple of months ago about Anakin fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars Episode 9 through the use of some unused footage from Revenge of the Sith. Interesting stuff for sure. And the other one being, of course, is a set of footage of Vader versing Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. And then we have something that we have never seen before, the unseen era, right? The real mysterious era between the originals and the sequels, where both Han and Ben Solo are on board of the Millennium Falcon having a moment. Now, this also connects to one of the deleted scenes that was in The Force Awakens Blu-ray that never made it to the final cut of the movie, where Kylo Ren goes on board of the Falcon with his helmet on and reminisces with the past. So it seems as so that JJ is trying to make us understand a little bit more about what happened and why that deleted scene was so powerful. So I think that what JJ and Chris Terrio are really trying to do here is not only implement a lot of EU and Legends material, but also use Kylo Ren as a conduit in order to show us moments from the prequels, the originals, and the unseen era in between the originals and the sequels. Honestly, I think that this is pretty clever. Is there a lot of meaning to this? Now, that's the big question for sure. What's the purpose of all of this? Does it serve a purpose for the character of Kylo Ren? Now, if I had to say one thing, it could absolutely be meaningful for the character. You know, these could be a set of lessons. You know, the whole entire fight between Obi-Wan and Luke can show the downfall of Anakin Skywalker and the rise of Darth Vader. And then the sequence between both Luke and Vader in Emperor's Throne Room can pretty much teach Kylo Ren about the fall of Darth Vader. You know, what Darth Vader really did to his son, how he saved him. And then in front of him, basically it's showing what he once had with his father, and a reminder of what he did to his father, Han Solo. So there's a lot of lessons here to be learned for the character of Kylo Ren by exploring moments of the past. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.